Welcome to the R&B Only show. Please note that the opinions expressed here belong solely to the hosts and guests, not to Colors Worldwide Inc., our affiliates, or sponsors. The content is provided as is for entertainment and information purposes only, without any guarantees of accuracy or completeness. Colors Worldwide Inc. is not liable for any errors or omissions, nor does mentioning products or services imply endorsement. This disclaimer is subject to change, and we encourage our audience to stay updated.
In terms of like right now living, who is a better R&B performer?
That was shady.
Yeah.
Was it? I don't mean it like that. I just feel like
Yeah. I was at the show where she went up. Actually, my girl recorded it. One of the videos that went viral is one that we put up.
Immediately went viral.
you think that is in the top 100 songs of the 21st century.
Oh,
out of
Next.
all the songs that came out in the
Next.
last 24 years, Jabari.
This is why I pick most of the music on stage, y'all.
R&B only.
Welcome to the R&B Only show.
Your go-to spot for everything R&B. We're your co-host. I'm Jovy E.
And my name is Tiara Monique.
This is show one of, everything R&B. We're going to be hopping into topics like festivals, the culture
News, everything R&B, from the beginning to the end, everything old, new. We're going to be talking about it, bringing you everything that you need to know, getting all your culture and information right here on the R&B Only show.
I feel like we have to start with, what brought us together.
Right, why we even here.
Why
in the
we
first
here.
place.
This big old brand on this wall.
Let them know who you are, Jovy.
Well, you might have seen me on a couple of YouTubes, a couple of TikToks here
Just
and
a
there.
few,
The R&B Only page or whatever. I am your favorite playlist curator and digital host. And I just keep my finger on everything R&B because that's where my heart is. Who are you?
Same to me. You might have seen me on a few stages across the land.
Stages.
Tiara Monique, R&B extraordinaire. Love R&B music. DJing it for the past 5-6 years at Colors Worldwide for R&B Only Live. I'm excited, just to be here on this podcast and finally put a voice to R&B music, put a voice to what I've been doing on stage. So it's exciting, and I'm happy to be here with you.
Happy to be here with you too, because she the big one.
I try to be. I try and stay up on my R&B knowledge and keep learning and experiencing what's going on and new in the culture these days.
I love that. I feel like we'd be remiss to not have the biggest boss, our CEO, our founder of Colors Worldwide and R&B Only, JABARI Johnson, as our very first guest on our very first episode of this show. So JABARI,
Episode 1. Well, welcome. I'm saying welcome to y'all.
I'm saying welcome to you. It's episode 1 and you here with us.
Yes.
You don't know when we're going to see you again.
Yeah. I've been. I wasn't asked to be a guest on this episode.
Bullied his way into
bullied
it.
my way.
That's how it works.
Yeah, first episode. I wanted to be a part of it. This has been an idea that I've had for a while, is to expand our offerings, and the R&B Only brand consists of many things. A lot of people know us for live events. We have R&B Only Live, which is our show that travels all around the country, plays in concert venues. You've probably seen Tiara, you've probably seen me, and a few other people on stage bringing those vibes. We have R&B Only Fest, which is our music festival, and we have a few other things in the live space. But over the past 2 years, we've really been focusing on getting more into the media realm. So Tiara works on both the live events as well as the media. You've seen probably some of her DJing on our social media pages. Jovy, you've seen all over our media pages, interviewing folks and talking about R&B culture. And so I thought, what better way than to, not just talk to people when we're having shows, but consistently, via a podcast / show. Before we started recording this thing, there was about a 30-minute debate over whether we call this a show or a podcast. And
just let them know all the tea.
We're gonna go with show.
Keeping it real.
We're gonna go with show. I feel like the biggest shows in the world that are podcasts are not called podcasts. So so welcome to the R&B Only show, not to be confused with any of our live events that you buy tickets for.
Not to be confused.
This is sitting right here on this couch, y'all.
This is free. You don't have to buy a ticket to this.
But you do have to hit like, subscribe,
exactly.
Please do.
Download. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that we need you to do, whether you're new or whether you're listening to this, in the future, is just always share these clips, share the episodes, and most definitely subscribe to us on YouTube.
Yes.
That really helps us be able to bring you this content for free. So yeah, with that being said, what direction are we going, ladies?
Well, got a couple really big lineups that dropped recently. We got Coachella. They dropped their lineup this week. Lovers and Friends dropped their lineup this week.
And there's a lot of R&B names in these spaces that I'm seeing lately.
A lot of R&B names. Let's start with Lovers and Friends. Let's start with Lovers and Friends.
Lovers and Friends was interesting to me because I saw a few big names on there. I want to say Janet Jackson and Usher were the two biggest names at the top. But what was most interesting to me was I saw that it says Usher performing Confessions. So I like that this touring ram and these new concerts they're making you do, or revisiting their biggest albums and doing these anniversary tours. Like I think Jill Scott did that this past summer, where she did the anniversary of her very first album. So I like that they're revisiting, what basically made them who they are. So I was happy to see that. Janet Jackson, I know, is a big name on there. I was excited to see that. I would love to see Janet Jackson now.
Same. And she did her, I mean, I didn't see it, but from the clips that I saw from One Music Fest, she's still boom catting with the best of them.
Still got it. Who you excited to see?
I saw a lot of really interesting names. I think, Usher, of course. I feel like my biggest regret of 2023 was not seeing him in Vegas.
You hit that show, right, Jabari?
I did. He finished it out with 100 shows. I was probably at probably one of the top, one of the first 25. I think. And the show that we went to, then he took a break, and then he kind of like reimagined and revamped the show.
Every
and
show
then
a little
came
bit
back.
different every single time.
Yeah.
He took a break.
Yep. And it was for sure. I mean, one of the best. If I'm honest, I'm gonna say one of the best, but I mean, in terms of like right now living, who is a better R&B performer than Usher?
I mean, I think he's.
I mean,
biggest straight R&B, because I mean there is some pop stuff in there, but that's why I like that it says Confessions on here. We're going to get an R&B show from him at this festival.
And I think if we're gonna say like best performer, period, obviously like we talk about Beyonce is like of course,
okay,
but no,
okay.
but I'm just saying like
No
straight
doubt.
R&B, like you know what I mean, like Beyonce is gonna give you some pop during that. She's gonna, but.
I mean, with this, they're saying
give you some
Confessions,
country.
so it's going to be straight.
Yeah.
This is an R&B classic.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah. And I don't think he's ever done that, And here's the thing. Whenever I see these, like, on the same lineup, they have Lil Wayne performing the Carter 3. It's not. They're not going, track 1 to 20, right? Like in full. I think it's
with
just
all those names on this lineup, impossible.
Yeah, I think they're just going to be
like
performing
hit for hit off of those.
Yeah. Those.
I mean, it
albums.
would be great to see it like that, though. I would love to see them both, honestly,
That's gonna be a
performing
concert,
inside.
not festival,
It
though.
is. You're
Yeah,
right, but I would
yeah.
love to know how long their set times are.
Yeah, because I mean, Usher.
hour?
When we saw Usher in Vegas, I think he had to do at least 2.5 hours.
That's fine.
Like that was the
At the
show was 2.5
residency.
hours. Yeah,
right. So a fest set time, maybe what,
maybe
like an hour max?
We pulled
usually,
up the set times from last year's, and it was chaotic. Like you're not gonna see everybody. They have last year they had four
Multiple
different stages,
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And like one of the stages, it was like, shout out to the production team, because it was like damn near overlapping. It was really chaotic.
I mean, there is a lot of names on here. I don't know how you're gonna.
names.
You can't see
This
everybody.
is the question I have for y'all. Lovers and Friends Lovers and Friends. This is their third year.
Right.
They have kind of established themselves as this nostalgic, for right now, the era that they seem to be like have a chokehold on is what, like 2000s, right? Like
Yeah, the early 2000s.
early 2000s, even going to the late 2000s, 2000.
People who have established themselves.
You know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
Right.
I would say, like, now that that's their MO, looking at this, it's like, who are you most excited to see? Or who would you be most excited to see on this lineup? And then who not, I don't want to say who shouldn't be on here, but
we can talk about
who is missing? Who could they have had on here that they don't have on here?
Okay, I'm gonna go first because I already thought about this.
Go for
When
it.
I was reading this, I was like, the fact that I see Kelly Rowland's name on there, it's exciting because Kelly Rowland doesn't do a lot of
Yeah.
concerts in America in general, North America. So to see her on a festival lineup, I'm like, okay, it's about to be straight hits, and I know she's gonna have a few backup dancers, and it's gonna be production. So I would be most excited to see Kelly Rowland, who I think should be on here. That's not like, we need some type of like Omarion, B2K, Bow Wow vibes. There's nobody on there like that, but there is Pretty Ricky. So I guess that's the same era of
Lloyd
time.
is on there too,
and Lloyd. So
Mario's on there,
right. So it's like, I think they're missing like an Omarion or Bow Wow, but I think, I mean, it's pretty stacked. I mean, they did their thing on this lineup right here.
Okay, I got one. I'm definitely most excited. I would be most excited to see like Janet, Mary J, of course.
Classics.
Classics. Mario is another one that I would really, really want to see. Oh, actually, see, as I'm saying this, I was gonna say I would really want to see Anne-Marie on there, but she's on there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of these people, this is their like second time
Yeah.
playing, you know, the
Some
festival.
like props to them. They're getting names on here that we haven't seen for a while that we don't usually see.
Yeah. I think
Carrie
if I
Hilson's
went
on
to this
here.
show, the person who I would be most excited to see, and I'm gonna keep it R&B, you know,
all day.
I would say T-Pain.
Mm-hmm.
T-Pain is a hell of a performer. He just did that covers show / album where he just like went through a wide variety of like genres and just covered so many different songs, and it really showed you his like range and vocal ability.
True artist.
He's supposed to do a residency.
Oh really? That would go off crazy for sure.
Supposed to do a residency.
I would love to see that. Love it.
Because he's another boom catter.
Who I would have loved to see on here solo, that I think is like a missed opportunity, is Ray J. I think
without RSVP, just Ray J.
Yeah. I mean, and you know, love RSVP. Shout out to the homies, but I think Ray J. Like, this is what people don't understand. And you know, I've been saying this for a while, right? And we've worked with Ray J before. Ray J has performed at a festival of ours.
Ray J's great.
Ray J by himself has 3 records that he can perform for the rest of his life, and they are always going to turn the crowd up.
That is very true.
One Wish.
1.
Wait a Minute.
2. You might need some DJ help here, y'all.
What's the other one?
Sexy Can I?
Sexy Can I, yes.
Sexy Can I?
And a bonus could be I Hit It First.
Yeah, because it's definitely a banger.
Yeah. I Hit It First is a bonus, and
He's such a troll.
no. That's not that.
That's Wait a Minute.
No. Yes, Wait a Minute.
Yeah, no, Hit It First.
We said that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, but I'm just saying, like, Ray J's
said
got a
all the ones
20-minute set,
yeah,
25-minute set for the rest of his life.
And it'll go off.
Everyone.
And he's a character.
Yeah. I was going to say, One
And
Wish will last for at least 5
when-
minutes.
It was giving comedy show.
When they were at the R&B Only Fest in Philly, and Ray J did One Wish, I mean,
that was the biggest part of
biggest
the set.
moment, yeah.
And it lasted about like 6 minutes.
Crazy.
And the song is what, like 3
It's
minutes?
a long song.
Crazy.
But you
It's
can
a
go
long
a
song.
cappella the whole song after you sing it, and the
Yep.
crowd is going to love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right. That is a missed opportunity.
So yeah. I would have liked to see Ray J on this
Okay,
festival.
on the flip side, we got Coachella.
Okay.
Another major lineup per usual.
Always. The R&B artists, they weren't too stacked on this one.
Right.
There's a few that I'm excited that are on there, like Victoria Monet. However, I don't think that there's enough. But Victoria Monet, I think that she's more than deserving to be
Absolutely.
on this lineup. And I saw Doja Cat is headlining one day. Would y'all consider her R&B?
Yeah, I think she can get in her R&B bag.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
But she raps so well and so
Yeah.
often. I wouldn't necessarily just call her like a pure play R&B artist.
Right. I mean, well, that's where the difference comes in, and we're going to talk about that later. But that's where they were talking about back in what was that, like the late 90s, where you had to do so much crossing over to be considered a star that R&B artists started to make, you know, pop sounding records, and that's when Billboard combined their R&B chart to hip hop and R&B because there was so much crossover.
Do you think that needs to end now? Like with the evolution of music, and you know, there's still a lot of Yeah, I mean, with Billboard, even to this day, it's still considered R&B slash hip hop.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that?
I feel like R&B has always deserved its own category.
Mm-hmm.
Always. I don't understand why they're combined. I feel like a lot of the times it's just if the artist is black, then it's R&B and hip hop. If the music is soulful, no matter what the race of the artist, it's going to be considered R&B. So I think that
Renee Rapp be getting in. She's a little pop girly, but she be getting in that R&B space.
So it's like I feel like they deserve their
Yeah.
own category, and R&B is not a color; it's a genre and it's a
genre.
sound. And I feel like we need our own chart.
This is the thing though. What I've heard, I've had this discussion with a lot of like music industry peers, and I think it's about market share.
Of course.
And when you separate the two, the market share, I guess overall for like black music goes down.
Yeah.
And you know that has certain ramifications and consequences. So I don't know. It's interesting, but I just think like on the one hand, a big discussion in music is how like so many genres are blending.
Right.
But on the other hand, it's like as genres blend and you don't know how to classify people, it becomes, I think genres start to become more important. And it just is like a cyclical thing. Like it goes to like, okay, now you got artists who are like, no, I'm like really sticking in the R&B lane and this is what I'm making because
like Kenyon Dixon.
Yeah, you know.
Trying to do the old school R&B sound and keep it that way. And
because they don't want it to
makes
like
people appreciate it
go
more.
away. Yeah.
Which I agree with, but does that mean that the futuristic sound is not R&B though? So,
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah. I just think, man, it's just R&B is, the reality is that R&B is extremely diverse, but sometimes in the eyes of like the industry and even fans, I don't think people like to allow the diversification of R&B when classifying things as R&B. You know, as like the founder of this brand and like having to deal with some of our fans on what they think is R&B, and what they deem as R&B, that's like it's always a constant battle and an argument. And I think it's like, I think a lot of this has to do with age. What do you guys think?
I think it does too. And sound. Like somebody like Blast, like an older person might not be like, oh, this is R&B, but we hear a melody and we're like, oh, it's R&B.
It's definitely a fine line. It's definitely a fine line, especially when I'm listening to like our submissions and stuff. I'm like I see why you would think
it's
to send
R&B.
this to an R&B brand,
Right.
but this isn't giving R&B babes. Even I feel like some of Chloe's music doesn't really give R&B to me personally. It gives more pop than anything.
See, that distinction between R&B and pop, that's one that's like that you're always gonna get that sort of dilemma,
that crossover
right?
thing, because you want to have mainstream songs and you want to be considered on these hit charts, and to do that you gotta have
pop.
But what I'm saying is like pop is like, it's hard. I mean, technically it's just popular music, right? So it's like,
that's what pop stands for.
So you can have pop rap, you can have pop country, you can have pop.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
True.
So that's why I'm saying like it's hard to discern pop from any genre. The thing that I take issue with is when people are like, Ty Dolla $ign is not R&B, that's rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like,
but he be hitting church runs, like you can
his
hear
whole like musical background and upbringing is like R&B,
gospel.
Gospel music.
Very, very
it's like
instrumentative.
Yeah, so it's that's the music fan I feel like that I take a issue with, is not seeing and understanding that the evolution of R&B may include, a little bit heavier bass and 808s, or
Well, this brings us back to the question: do you think Billboard would ever separate it then, because people put them in the same genre already? Like they're already in the same field of and that's why it says R&B and hip hop.
I think these entities are like slow to change, so I don't know if Billboard is gonna make any change, or for that matter. Like, yeah, it's like there's unless there's like an uproar, there's no incentive to change it. You know, I think it's just they're just gonna keep grouping it in the same category. But back to Coachella.
Yeah, so speaking
y'all had
of
to
Blast,
pick- if
Blast
y'all had
is
to pick
on there,
one
and
day-
Chloe, both of them, you said.
Yeah.
But if you had to pick what?
If y'all had to pick one day to pull up to Coachella, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Yeah,
It's the day that Doja Cat's on there.
I'm not going to Coachella until R&B Only is on the lineup. So
Yeah, this is all hypothetical. I've always said that I will never go to a music festival until I'm performing. I used to say that when I was younger because I never felt right. Like even when I go to a Beyonce concert, I'd be like, but that's different because I can learn. I can learn from that. But when I'm there, I'd be like, yeah, I gotta get to stages like this, and it just. Yeah, I don't want to go until I can get there. But if I have to go, it'd be the day that Doja Cat's there because I feel like I can benefit the most from her performance.
Yeah. I mean, I say that. I mean, kind of tongue in cheek, but at the same time, something like Coachella, it's like
I'm scared of Coachella.
we should
honestly.
be on Coachella for sure.
I'm
Hey,
scared
we
of
got
it,
some
like,
music festivals
crowd-wise.
coming this year, by the way. That
Drop
you guys are gonna see that we're on. Finally, this is the year of R&B Only playing, not just on our own music festivals, but we're going to be on some really big music festivals, so stay tuned. But, okay.
Yeah, so back to the question. As soon as I was dropping
So
advertisements.
you going Sunday?
Yeah, I'm going Sunday because I want to watch Doja Cat. But then if I go Sunday, I'm missing Victoria Monet, right?
Yeah.
So
No.
damn, it's the same day?
Yeah, it's the same day.
Yeah, I think I'm missing her. So, I think I'm going to still go to see Doja Cat.
What day is Blast?
Blast is Saturday.
See, I'm gonna have to say
Saturday.
Sunday with Tiara. I love hip hop, so I'm like looking at I do want to see Lil Uzi Vert as well, but I would have to say Doja Cat,
And Janae's right.
Doja Cat and Janae.
Yeah,
I'm not
Janae's
gonna
on there
lie
too.
to you. We're gonna be honest on this podcast. I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of Janae Aiko. It's not a performance that I'm like that I really got to see. It is a lot of Janae.
I'm
Janae's
interested to see
music.
what she would
That day,
do
too.
on a festival stage, though.
She's been on many festival stages.
I don't
I've seen her
really
bring
see-
the harp, you know what I mean, and the whole thing, and and it's like I just feel like for a festival, for an outdoor festival, like if I'm seeing Janae Aiko, I need a seat. I need to be comfortable. I need a seat and I need a cocktail.
Yeah.
Like
Not
it's
outside
not
standing up.
Yeah, I don't need wind and like sand in my eyes and dust.
And people on acid and LSD
Yeah,
all around.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's just a
I mean, that
And to
actually
be
might
honest,
help,
I want to see
honestly.
Janae. If again,
She
it's
be on
like
them psychedelics.
Janae is a date night. You know what I mean? Janae is like
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
it's
Like I
just not
can't
a
see her on
festival
when I say
type of
festival,
vibe.
I mean like this type of festival.
Yeah,
Like I
yeah.
could see her on a Lovers and Friends, but like
Yeah.
Coachella, like the crowd that I think of when you're going to Coachella is like mosh pit or we're about to take all the hallucinative drugs and we're about to stay out and camp all night and get dirty. Like I just feel like Janae fans take showers every night. Like it just doesn't seem like a place. But I don't know.
That was shady.
Was it? No, I don't mean it like that. I just feel like you have to
showers
camp
every
at
night.
Coachella, right?
Yeah,
I've been
that is
camping
nutty.
before, and I don't want to go camping and then watch Janae. Like I've not showered when I'm camping. I'm not saying that it's, Anyway, we've all been camping before, and people don't wash. Yeah. When you go to a concert, you want to be clean.
Yeah.
Yes.
It just seems like that's her type of vibe, just not Coachella.
That's funny.
Not saying that Coachella fans are dirty, y'all. Don't be over here trying to cancel me before I get on. Okay.
So you going with Sunday as well?
Sunday for sure.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going Sunday too. Even though my only I think Tyler the Creator is an amazing performer. I would have liked to see him.
Same.
And Blast. But like other than those two, like I don't know. Yeah. Sunday would be it.
Festivals like Coachella are always so interesting to me because none of the artists or genres make sense. Like you're not going to pick a night and be like, oh, I'm going to see everybody that I like. It's always like mixed up and like
I think they mentioned that they put a lot of like independent artists on the lineup and that
too.
But yeah, I think Sunday would be it. Other than like Skepta on Friday, but that's like that's different.
That's a show just
Skepta.
looking. You ain't gonna play nothing. Just look at that's a show right there.
Okay.
You can go on Instagram for
Anyways,
that. But yeah. But
moving
anyway,
on.
yeah, speaking like I was saying on Coachella, like I just think it's always interesting like to see these lineups like that when there's a bunch of artists that have nothing to do with each other. Just like this Rod Wave and Ari Lennox situation.
Chile.
Like, first of all, when that tour art dropped, I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why is Ari Lennox on tour with Rod Wave?
And
Like
she
they
just
both
finished her tour.
Yeah, the ASL tour, right?
She just
So I'm
finished
like-
her tour.
Which sold out a lot of dates.
Yeah, like 60,000 tickets or something they were talking about on that live.
she
So
should have been in bigger venues.
yeah, and they both make amazing music, but
Yeah.
however, I don't think they have the same
Same
fan base
vibe. Yeah,
at
no,
all. And
at
it was
all.
interesting to see that live because at the beginning of it, she's talking about how she used to ask her agent to like let her open for Red Hot Chili Peppers, and her
When you
agent's like,
say that live, you mean
the Ari Lennox live where
she was
Ari Lennox
going
went on
live.
live
Okay.
and on Instagram live after I guess she was fed up with her day. She had got pulled over by the police and she was just fed up with all the stuff that was going on Instagram because she's back on social media. So when she's in this live, she's talking about, you know, how she used to ask her manager if she could possibly get her a deal to open up for the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And her agent is like, no, that doesn't make any sense. So when her agent comes to her with this deal saying you can open for Rod Wave, why is it not the same? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, just because it's a black artist, that means it makes sense. Like, that's where my head was like a toss up with it. Cause there's nowhere, if your agent is telling you it wouldn't make sense for Red Hot Chili Peppers,
Right.
why would it make sense for Rod Wave?
Yeah.
That was my question number one.
Yeah.
Okay. When you that was not after seeing her speak about it. That was just when you saw
Just when I
when you saw the
When I
tour
saw
artwork.
the tour art, I was
Yeah.
already
And
confused.
you're
And then I
like-
saw her speak about it. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, so she has asked her agent to play for these different genres, but
Yeah.
they told her it makes sense. So why are they not, you
I see.
know, letting her?
What were your thoughts when
When it
we,
first
we,
feel
we
like-
see every R&B tour that goes out?
I feel like
and
we were
always
in the
talk about it.
office.
Yeah.
And you were like, Ari's gonna open for Rod
Oh
Wave.
yeah, I
and I
probably
was
came
like,
out of my
what?
office. I was like, "What you say this?
Because you're a Rod
crazy
Wave
shit?"
fan for real, right?
Huge Rod Wave.
Yeah.
Huge Ari Lennox fan.
Same.
Both.
I
Yeah.
love Ari.
Yeah.
And
Like Rod.
I thought he was trolling at first. He popped out of the office and was like, Ari's about to open for Rod Wave on his arena tour. And I'm like, okay.
Which is amazing.
What? I mean, yes, amazing opportunity, but
Right.
it immediately didn't make sense to me.
Right.
Why is she opening? Like
That's like Keisha Cole opening for 50 Cent.
that low key.
But it doesn't make
That-
sense though.
That would make sense more than Ari and Rod Wave.
I think there's a
And
lot of
if I really think about it, 50 Cent and Keisha Cole.
I
think-
don't know.
I don't know. That was a
That's like
terrible
a
example.
festival type of.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah, maybe.
I think
And-
there's a few things that were probably going through fans' minds when they saw that, right? And the one is like Ari fans. It's not even about like, let's break it down. It's not just about the genres still being R&B, but the type of music being so different.
Right.
I think it's about the and even not even just the energy. I think it's about, I think from a fan's perspective, a Ari fan, right? It's like you are a lot more established and have been in this game a lot longer and have a cult following and support and fan base.
Right.
That to open for a relatively new artist, no matter the size, right?
Right.
It's like that's like, whoa, that's jarring
Yeah.
to a
Absolutely.
fan, right?
Right.
It's like
Regardless
somebody
of the
who's been in the
genre.
game for I would say Ari like going on a decade.
Yeah. It's
Right.
been like what since 2014.
2014
13?
around, yeah, something like that. So, and Rod, while he's put in a lot of work, he's dropped 4 platinum albums now.
crazy.
He
has a cult like
and
following.
he's kind of
That
hit in the
shit is
pandemic,
crazy.
and then now but it's still he's still a much newer artist, and I think that when people see this kind of things, especially from your fan base, I think they're first asking the question why,
Yeah.
right? And then
Immediately.
there's a lot more information out there. People know why people go on tour, and people know that the live events and concerts are the bulk of the way that artists
Right.
make their money. And then
And you want to gain other people's
yeah,
fans.
and boom, that's what I was gonna
get
say.
new fans.
So I think fans don't really think about that part of
Right.
it.
The business side of it.
Yeah, we know that, but I think now you take, okay, I'm trying to gain other people's fans, and it's a great opportunity. The money's there. But after watching her live, her on Instagram live, yeah. You know, I was like, at first I was just like, this is crazy to me. Like, this is a bad management decision. Like, you know, I didn't think it would. But after seeing her speak about it and her take on why she felt, you know, violated and disrespected, and you know, she even was mentioning that other things might have been happening on the tour.
Yeah,
the
there's a whole
wardrobe
bunch of
getting
stuff
stolen.
we didn't know
and,
about. I'm like,
you
wow,
know,
this
and
sounds
that.
crazy.
I mean,
where's the
Shorty
protection
was
for this
going
black woman?
through it, okay?
No, for real.
The thing that really,
And I feel like she's already such a sensitive soul. Like, already such a sensitive, sweet soul.
the thing that I connected with and had a lot of empathy for was just like the lack of respect that people have
same.
for another person doing their job, performing like this.
It's art.
You know,
it's their art.
exactly.
Yeah.
And we've gone through that on, you know, numerous occasions. But it's like you gotta kind of brush it off and you know, work through it. Every performer has gone through this, but it's like to come to a show, to pay money to a show, to then fight in the crowd with somebody, throw something at the performer on stage. Like, it's just, you have to, like, how bad is your life?
Yeah, there's some deeper stuff going on because you bought a ticket.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
to,
it's like
to do this, to
just
these
get
things.
ejected from the show, right? Like
before you even see
the person who you want to see. So
that's the crazy part.
It's crazy, and I do feel for her. What I'll say is, which is my camera right here, Ari Lennox. If you want to come and perform somewhere where the crowd loves you, and where you're gonna, as soon as you hit that stage at one of our festivals, it's gonna erupt. And if you want to see, you know, 8,000, 9,000 people who know your music word for word, bar for bar,
literally,
you know, I got a bag for you over here.
Yeah.
So
waiting,
come on over. R&B only.
He ain't lying either, Ari. Okay,
You know, so-
I knew about you at Howard. I tried to get in contact, but we gonna do it here. Okay.
Yeah. So
but
please,
I did
please.
feel for her though. Exactly what you're saying, like, because we've been through that same thing on stage. Like when she was saying, like, people are holding up their phones talking about next.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's why she went off when you guys threw a water bottle, because we've had this discussion.
It was the straw that broke the camel's
Yeah,
back.
because
I was at the show.
We've had this. You were.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was at the show where she went off.
You know what's crazy?
My girl recorded it, and one of the videos that went viral is one that we put up.
Immediately went viral.
I think we put up the first content of it.
Wow.
You know, so yeah.
That's probably the video that I saw on TikTok, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah,
what's even crazier is we talked about what would we do if somebody, like, if we ever have a disruptive crowd like that.
Yeah.
And like if they throw stuff on the stage. And I feel like after watching the live, because at first I was like, oh, I wouldn't have reacted like that.
Yeah.
But after watching the live and knowing that you've been going through stuff every single show after show after show, this crowd don't know what you're dealing with. And then on top of that, whoever the sound people is cut her mic. I'm the one performing. Like, I can understand why they cut the mic.
Well, they cut her mic.
But I also understand. Right. You get what I'm saying? I understand both sides of it.
You might have wanted to send a thank you letter to the person who, because you could have said something
that's what
would have taken it to a whole nother level.
That's what I'm like. I can see both sides. I'm like, when you're mad, it's like, don't cut my mic off, because it's like I'm the one performing and they messed it. But on the same side, it's like, I'm performing. I don't want to. Thank you for cutting my mic, because I'm glad I could have said something.
Artists really hate when you cut their mic. You know, Erykah Badu was at
that's
one of our
very
festivals.
Disrespectful to cut somebody's mic. Like, you have to think, this is somebody's art that they're putting their long, hard time, blood, sweat, and tears, and then you're performing and you cut somebody's mic.
That's like
that's slapping
your hand up.
That's the most disrespectful thing you can do, especially if you've already told somebody that they can go up there. Now I get the Ari situation, because you're disrespecting fans who've paid, and that it's hard.
Yeah. On the flip side,
is disrespectful.
As the festival producer, you know, and as a show producer, like, a story is one time we had Erykah Badu headline one of our festivals.
Yeah.
And
what a time.
the festival was running over.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, the penalty and the fee for it running over was $1,000 every minute it went over.
Right. We
got to about 60 minutes over. And every minute, could you imagine? Every minute I'm looking at Erykah Badu performing, and I'm like,
1,000,
1,000,
2,000,
2,000, 3,000. And it's like the show already wasn't making money. So now it's like, it's just, oh man, I was almost in tears watching her perform. Not because it was a great performance. It was a great performance.
It was phenomenal.
But yeah,
the lasers and shit. It was great.
At one time, at a certain point, I think it was me and her production manager and one of the people from Live Nation, and we were all communicating on radio. And then like I got the go ahead to just like if she gets to this point, and this was from her guy, it was like we can cut the mic. And then we cut the mic, and then she cursed.
I'm a curse too. You cut my mic. You gonna feel
She cursed the whole brand and company out. And this is on YouTube. You guys can look at it. But
I don't think I've ever seen that.
yeah, she says,
she said, "Fuck y'all, I'm out. Love and peace."
Yeah, she said something like it was like
exactly that.
It was like, and
You can look it up.
and what
I'll never forget.
She was like, and thank you, talking to the fans.
Yeah, to the fans, the crowd,
and to y'all who put
She
this
said,
shit on.
Peace, love.
Fuck you.
I'm out here. Peace and love.
Yeah, I'm out here. Peace and
Bueno.
love. And but then she was really nice and sweet to me afterwards.
Yeah.
So but yeah, I mean,
Which
like,
I can understand. We can always understand the
to your
business
point,
aspect
yeah.
of it. I just, because I'm on the performance side and I'm also an artist, like I feel for anybody who ever gets their mic cut or the lights cut on them. Like as a DJ, you in the club or you at the bar, it's one more song. You get to play one more song, right?
Yeah.
Ooh, everybody jam it. One more song. Last call for alcohol. And they turn the lights on. Like,
Yeah.
you said I had one more
Fucking up
song.
the
Why would you know, it's like,
Oh, didn't this happen to us recently at a show? What was that show where I was in my ears and the sound guy is like he was counting it down?
Was it
Goodness,
DC?
was it DC?
Was that DC?
No,
Yeah.
I don't think it was DC.
No, it was like one
I feel
of the
like
last
DC
shows
had
we
a
did.
really abrupt.
I just know we had a curfew
No,
at 12.
it was DC.
Was
it DC?
Yeah, I
Sonya,
think it
that
was.
DC?
It was because we had to be out of there at the anthem.
And the guy was counting me. He's
the
like,
sound guy is
yo,
talking to us in the what is it, the mic called where they can talk to the people on stage? It's
it
a
the
talk back. It's
Okay.
called a
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
back mic, and he's talking to us on stage, and we're trying to do the outro of the song.
In
I'm
our
singing
in-ears,
in
though.
our in-ears,
Yeah.
and I'm singing "Love" Keisha Cole with the crowd. Right, the guy is counting us down. You got 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
We get to 10 seconds, and Jabari's like, "Thank you guys for coming up." Blah, blah, blah,
and he's
blah,
like 10.
in his
9,
ear, 10, 9, 8.
8,
Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys so
7.
much for following us on Instagram.
That's
Blah, blah, blah.
This was
literally
in
how
DC.
it went.
This was the anthem in DC. Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
remember that. That was
that's
like
it feels crazy to
felt
like have
jarring.
your sound cut off in your mic. Like even though you understand what's going on and you know the business aspects of it, it still doesn't feel good.
'Cause
Like
it's
they
about
say,
the
what they say.
sound ordinance
I'm an artist
in
and I'm sensitive about my
the
shit.
area.
Yeah.
Word to Badu.
Yeah.
Word to Badu. Exactly.
Yeah.
Word to Badu. We love you.
Yeah. But you know, here's another thing I'll say about the Ari situation, right?
Mhm.
Not the synchronized.
Go
We locked in.
where like, and I think she said this in her live, but just a lot of times people are trying to do shortcuts.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get these other people's fans.
Right.
I'm trying to get the bag.
Mhm.
I'm trying to, and it's like
You might just have to grind
sometimes
out them
you
House of
just gotta
Blueses.
build and cultivate
Yeah.
what's yours.
Yeah.
And you know, I think she says something along the lines of like I am enough and my fans are enough. And it's
Mhm.
like if you keep attacking that base, you know, there's so many artists that like maybe their fan base hasn't quite expanded, but they've found, you know, the 1,000 true fans or the
Right.
whatever, like that they can always sell something to and always go and you know, in hip hop you got artists like Tech Nine that are like this, right? Like they're like Tech Nine is not getting any bigger as a rapper. Or in R&B, you know, you got an artist like, I mean, who's somebody like this? Like I would say even somebody like Eric Bellinger, you know, like he's always gonna be good for a tour. He's
Yeah.
always gonna go, and it might remain at a certain level.
Yeah, it's not necessarily
know?
going to go to a stadium
Yeah,
tour, but you
it's-
can always make money touring
Exactly, just
with
going
your
on the road
fans.
with your fans, and he just always is
Yeah.
serving that audience, right? He's dropped 25 albums, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I do think that's more important than trying to like hit these arenas and hit these stadiums with these artists that have, you know, millions and millions of fans. I think it's better to secure your core audience and keep, what do they say, your 10,000, you got 10,000 people that will
Yeah.
always support you. You can always make money doing what it is you want to do.
And you can just, you know, stay true to yourself. And if you do want to do those like interesting collaborations, you just put it out. You
Right.
know what I mean? And like see if it bites. But that's the thing. Like I think a lot of artists are scared of failure, and failure is like you are in the music business, and businesses are going to have failures. You know, like not every product, you know, Coca-Cola puts out or McDonald's drops. How many things have like McDonald's put on the menu and then it ain't on the menu no more?
They need to bring
you know?
them snack wraps back, though. I'll tell you that.
Like, so it's just like
I'll tell you that.
there's no. It's the same thing with music. You know what I mean? Like you can put out an album,
failure
it
is
can
a part
flop.
of
You can put out
success.
a tour and people do not come, and
Yeah.
when you just get back on the treadmill and try again,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But
as long as you never stop.
yeah,
That
and then there's always some amount of people that are gonna rock with you. You know, I thought the Ari tour was like, I thought she was in too small of venues.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I
same.
think that but apparently like her last tour before that didn't do but then it might have been a COVID situation,
Yeah.
and you know what I
Yeah.
mean. So it's
that last album, the ASL one was good, but
Shea
that
Butter
Shea
Baby.
Butter Baby album,
Yeah.
That's a classic.
the one.
That's
Yeah.
that's why.
for sure.
yeah,
I feel like she should just keep trying.
for sure.
And
Yeah,
I'ma
she
just-
she is
Brush yourself
Yeah.
off and try
okay.
again.
Let's
for
let's stick
sure.
on Ari for because I want to ask you guys a question. Why is Ari not at the level of some of her counterparts
Like
that maybe
SZA,
entered the game
Summer.
at a similar time? SZA, Summer.
I think the obvious answer, obviously, is going to be, you know, because some of these women are over sexualized, and you know, that's the obvious answer. But I feel as though it's because her music, number two, is not as mainstream as a Summer Walker or a SZA. You know, they're not playing Ari Lennox on the radio unless it's a big hit like
You think it's
BMO
just like
or
Ari kind of
Pressure,
falls
like-
more in the soul,
yeah, like that
R&B
neo soul type
Yeah.
of like they kind of put her in the same bag as Jill Scott and Erykah Badu. You don't hear them
It's like
on the radio.
contemporary soul.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not
That's
that
valid.
mainstream type of
I be
crossover
forgetting.
R&B.
I think about what I be wearing now.
Right.
Ari goes platinum in my whip, in my crib.
Yeah.
But I forget I haven't listened to the radio in
Yeah, exactly.
years. So yeah, that does make sense. The over sexualization of like SZA, Summer Walker.
And then
Yeah.
the way the way they're shown, and then I just
Yeah.
think another thing that she said was like affirmations and vibrations. Like it's very positive, and there's a lot of negative in the world right now, and it's like you can't, just like on them movies where they trying to you know, do the exorcism, and as soon as they bring that cross out, the demons start going crazy. It's like the same thing with the music. You put in this high vibrational music around people who are not living this type of lifestyle.
Yeah.
They don't care about it. They don't want to hear it. They're going to reject it. And that's exactly what we saw while she was on tour with Rod Rave. And then you saw when they're throwing stuff at her now because they so fed up with it. Like, how you throwing a water bottle at somebody telling you that you're beautiful, you are enough, you're amazing, you're going to... What is that?
Yeah,
A
that's-
demon. Like, can't be nothing else.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
But-
it's
it's an interesting...
I don't know. Ari's up there. Ari's up there for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
me
In
too. And that's
my
why I was
book.
so like, whoa, I guess Rod Wave fans are not
Yeah.
like me, but in the same hand, I'm not gonna be like listening
Wasn't
to Ari
one of
Lennox in
his
my car
parts-
and listen and then play Rod
Right,
Wave,
right.
you know.
But
so,
wasn't one of the parts like wasn't there like a part of his set where he was like literally falling off of
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
like it was like
Like
it was a song that was kind of talking about suicidal thoughts. And then it was actually I've never
What did I
seen
just
something like
say?
this in
That's
a tour.
crazy
No.
to play
But this
into,
was
no?
wait, you got
He
to
was- it was-
understand
it was
that.
deep,
You got to
right? He
understand.
was,
It
like,
was
trying to
very
put
it was
a message
amazing.
out
It was
there,
it was an
yeah.
amazing
amazing?
message.
Yeah. Okay.
So he basically I forgot the record too, but he goes up in like an apartment building like that, you know,
The set,
the stage design was really great on this show. But and then he sort of like gets to the like as the song is coming to an end and there's a lot of instrumentation, he like is on the edge of the windowsill and
Trying
then
to
he
make a
kind of just
decision.
falls back and there's like a thing
Right.
to catch him. But at the end, as soon as he like does the committing suicide, on the LED wall in the
Unaliving
back,
TikTok.
the suicide prevention hotline number came up.
that's great.
And it was a really cool just
So it was a
message.
deeper message.
Yeah,
in that.
yeah.
But he understands that because you're not gonna do that for Ari Lennox crowd. Like, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like the crowd
Yeah.
of people that you have, like it makes sense for that crowd.
Yeah.
Like it made sense, but
Crazy.
it was a deep message though. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. It was really good.
Ooh. But yeah, I feel for you, Ari. But you know, you got some
Come on.
supporters over here.
Come on
Sure.
over to
I'll always
R&B
stay
Only.
Come on over to
listening to your
R&B Only.
music.
Where we won't throw water bottles at
But you know
baby.
where Ari Lennox was represented though? I did see
talk
her
about it.
on that Rolling Stone dropped the 100 top R&B songs of the 21st century.
I must say, segue
Cream
game
was-
is
Oh,
incredible.
thank you. You know, I does
The
this.
last two
I does this stuff, y'all. I don't know if I
transitions.
told y'all,
Okay.
but radio was my bag. I used to
Okay.
love it, and then I just had to take a while off to get on the live stage and get some fans like y'all out there. But now we back.
Co-host
Appreciate you,
extraordinaire.
Jabari. But yeah, Rolling Stones dropped 100 top 21st. Let me get it right. Rolling Stones dropped the
Rolling
top 100.
Rolling Stone, not the Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stones.
No, the Rolling Stone is the magazine.
Rolling Stone.
Rolling Stone is the magazine.
The
The Rolling
magazine.
Stones is the band.
Rolling
Yeah.
Stones is the band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't cancel me, y'all. Okay, now the magazine dropped the 100 greatest R&B songs of the 21st century. So what's the 21st century? 2000 to now, or is it 2001
2000.
2000 to
until 2100?
yeah.
Right.
Okay, Ari Lennox was on there.
Yeah,
Whipped cream, I want to say.
I think so. Yeah, either whipped cream or
I think it was whipped cream. Now I'll check, but I want to say it's whipped cream. But let's talk about the top 10.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the top 10 on here. What do y'all think? First
Well,
of all,
yeah,
you
just
want to
list the
go
top
through
10
the top
out.
10?
Let's
Like,
list them
okay, yeah,
out.
let's list them out.
okay, 10.
10 was
Brandy's Full Moon. Number 9.
Bag Lady Badu.
Number 8, Ordinary People, John
Ooh,
Legend.
that's a
Classic. Number 7, Falling,
I
Alicia
keep on
Keys.
falling.
Number 6, Thinking About You, Frank Ocean. Number 5, We Belong Together, Mariah Carey.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Mary J. Blige, Be Without You.
Number 3 is Beyonce's Dangerously in Love. Number 2 is D'Angelo, Untitled.
How does it feel? You know, with the video, you're trying to go a little bit lower than the screen. Anyway,
I just thought I
number
needed
one-
a bigger TV.
No,
child.
we all did. Everybody went to the screen like, what's down there? Number 1, though, Usher, Confessions Part 2.
These are my confessions.
This top 10, I wasn't mad at it.
But I didn't love it.
Yeah,
Either.
agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I wasn't mad at it though. Like, I don't feel like they did anything. You know how some of these, like, I feel like some of these entities put out these lists to like enrage people.
Yeah,
and then
to get the conversation,
to
like,
get the conversation.
to kinda
going.
troll you.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
troll. I don't think they were trolling with this.
No, this is very sincere.
I think this is it's a solid list. I don't know how I feel about.
Are we talking about the
Dangerous-
top 10 or are we talking
Yeah.
about the?
We're talking about the top 10.
Okay.
Top 10.
Okay.
We're talking about the top 10.
Top 10.
I don't think, like you said, I don't think it was made to troll us.
Yeah.
However, I don't love it, and I would love to know for the whole 100 in general what the criteria was, because I'm
Yeah,
reading the article
facts.
and there's no like
They didn't really.
they
say.
never tell you what they're basing this
Mm-hmm.
off of. They're just saying that they use their expertise and the people in their office to do it. I'm like,
Whatever
okay, well,
that
what was
fucking
y'all?
mean. Whatever that fucking mean.
You know what? And then on another thing, it's R&B / hip hop. So we got songs
Is
like
it?
yes.
But they said the 100 greatest R&B songs.
But the chart is R&B / hip hop. So that's why you have songs like Prototype on there in front, because these are not R&B
When
songs.
I saw Prototype in frontin', I was like, well, specific Prototype, I was like, okay, I could see that. Frontin', I was like,
and that's where
Yeah,
I
'cause
brought
they-
that conversation
okay,
back to
okay.
that R&B / hip hop, and this is where
Yeah.
I wanted to have that conversation again. So first of all,
Okay.
your opinion on the top 10.
Okay, so the top 10, I love, number 1, Rolling Stone. I love that they made it a Spotify playlist.
Right,
So
love
was,
that.
like,
Just
really
go
easy.
click and look,
Yeah.
and it's in order on Spotify
Oh, yeah,
at
that's
that.
great. All right.
What you feeling?
I'm taking Ordinary People out. Like,
And replacing it with what? See, it's fine, but you gotta have a replacement, and it has to
Ordinary
work.
People?
And the replacement does not have to be on that list.
it doesn't have to be on the list.
No, because
Okay.
it doesn't.
Well, here's to me what is like.
Because there's a
and
few
again,
songs on here that shouldn't be,
this
in my
is
opinion.
blasphemous that Pretty Ricky is
It's
not
not.
on here.
Mm-hmm.
Blasphemy.
Mm-hmm. And
Is
that's
Avant on
and
there?
that's why I'm
Straight
saying
tomfoolery.
why is it / hip hop? Because there's so much R&B that we've gotten over the last How many years?
Listen.
24 years.
But I don't think that I think that they were looking at the R&B/hip hop charts and that was influencing it. But I don't think this is really like a hip hop play because it's not like heavily hip hop influenced.
It's
on here.
not, but it's not.
But
You're
like,
right. You're right.
There are like to not have Pretty Ricky on this
And Beyonce's on here like 6 times.
is just insane to me.
And I wouldn't have put Dangerously in Love as the top.
I didn't
10
like that being in
song.
there. Number 3.
Yeah.
Here's
Yeah.
another issue.
Of all of her songs?
Yeah.
Yes, Beyonce is top 3, but Dangerously in Love isn't the song to pick.
Okay, we're talking about the 21st century.
Yes. So
97?
2000, year
2000,
2000 to now.
We got one Chris Brown song on here.
What is
Are-
it? Just
Are
Yo?
y'all serious?
It was only
That's
Yo,
crazy
right?
Just
as hell. It's not even the best song on that album.
Wow.
It's
I didn't. That's what I'm saying. I would.
Come on.
The Pretty Ricky song on here is on the Hotline. That it's number.
Oh, Hotline is on here?
78.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
it's number
okay,
78.
okay.
But this is why I'm saying I would love to know the criteria and what these songs had to go through to get to this list.
All right, let's talk about who.
Because I feel like everybody on here is definitely deserving.
Mm-hmm.
LW's deserving.
Yeah, that song is monumental. I'm getting really
No more?
tired of your broken promises. Yeah, I feel like
Promises.
songs like that, like those are classic. Like we will never
Yeah.
forget those. And then even now, like it's coming back into like those are songs. It's timeless. You can
Yeah.
bring it back.
Okay, I'll give you some more names who are not on here.
Who?
Jacquees.
What song should be on here?
The sample. Yeah. The
Bed or Rather Be With You?
No, I think BED. But yeah.
You think that is one in
Nah.
the top 100 songs of the
Nah.
21st century?
All
Out
right,
of
Next.
sorry,
all the
sorry.
songs that came out in the
Next.
last 24 years,
All right,
Jabari.
Tomatoes.
This is why I pick most of the
All right,
music on stage.
I'm just gonna say.
That's
I'm
why
not saying
the
that should
women
be on
always
there.
win the back and
I'm just
forth.
saying. I'm just noting artists that are not on here.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Okay, now if there was a top 250,
Now that's not even that's not a list. You got to round it out. Okay, so who else do you notice that's not on here that maybe should be on here?
that's what I was trying to go through it, and I really didn't see anybody. I think Omarion deserves to be here as a solo artist. He's on here with B2K, and I think O needs to be on here.
Is Mario on there?
Mario is on here. I just don't know what number. You can't search on
Is T-Pain on there?
T-Pain
Yeah,
is on
T-Pain's
here. What Mario song was on here? I want to say it was Let Me Love You, but I don't see it.
That sounds about
Is it
right.
not on here?
Yo being the song that is picked on
Sonya
there?
says it's on
Crazy.
there. 51. 52.
51. Tyrese, how you gonna act like that?
Just say it. 61.
Just a friend. That's a sample.
It is, but that shit crank.
It do, but that's not his song.
It crank.
He got that from Biz Markie. It should be Let Me Love You. I don't know. How did they? I would love to know how y'all base these rulings and
Yeah,
what the criteria was. Like, why
Steve-
is
Steve-
Love number 57?
Steve
That's
Lacy's on
crazy.
here.
Is Fantasia on there?
Fantasia.
Ooh, Fantasia's not on here.
See?
Wait. When I See You's not on here?
When I See
I could
You,
have swore I saw When I See You.
Hold on.
I think that was one of
Oh,
the
yeah, it
notes
is,
that
it
I-
is,
It is?
is.
Okay, I'm like, no.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Hold
can
on
search,
now.
You can search the Spotify playlist.
Oh. How? Oh, you on the app.
Yeah.
You on the web browser. Go on the app.
I don't have the app on this is my work laptop.
JK.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, it's at 33. When I See You.
Okay.
I'm not mad.
So
at
let's
this
go
list.
back to the top 10 because Jabari hasn't answered my question yet.
Right?
Oh, okay.
What are you replacing Ordinary People with if
Right.
you're taking it out?
Let's get to the root.
Let me get to some.
Because I think Ordinary People is such a great song. I was thinking about adding it to the live show on the next tour. Like, I think it's a great.
Ordinary People, go.
Girl, I'm in love with you. Like, what you replace it with?
the honeymoon.
I'm not saying that I agree that it has to be there, but
Top 10?
because you want to take it out, I would love to know what you're replacing it with.
Yep. I'm about to.
Listen, that might be my new go-to karaoke song. Ordinary People.
That's always been my go-to because I have I'm in a deeper register.
Is
So I
Sierra
can't
Promise
sing
on there?
lady songs.
Is Sierra Promise on that list?
Promise? You the one who got that search.
Well, I'm now in like another
Oh, snap.
playlist.
Okay, let's see. I did love that I seen Solange on here. Okay. Sierra. Did they miss my girl?
I thought I saw Sierra on there.
I'm not saying I would replace it.
No,
with,
Goodies is on there. That's
okay,
what
Goodies.
it is.
That's what it is.
But
come on, like
there's certain
Promise
like,
is
that's what makes me
more,
think they just went through and like took the biggest
Whatever,
like streaming song.
whatever had a star next to
I'm
it.
gonna give you one right now.
Okay.
One that's not on there.
Oh,
The
no.
whole list.
Answer the question. What are you replacing ordinary people with?
But note that because I want to know.
Okay.
Tightrope Janelle? To me,
that's not
the
even her.
one.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's the one that got her.
Is Blame It on the list?
Blame It on the... No. Is Jamie Foxx on this list in general?
Ooh.
I mean, Blame It was a massive.
Unpredictable.
I mean, but I'm just saying R&B top 100.
Yeah,
You know what I
Blame
mean?
It was. I'll be forgetting about that. I feel like every
That's
song
huge.
T-Pain got a hook on.
Baby, that's
that's huge.
Platinum. It's never gonna go away.
That's a
Jamie
good one.
Foxx is not on this list.
That's crazy as hell.
Yeah.
We're sorry,
wow.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay, you know what we need to do?
Is Into You on there? Tamia?
Tamia?
You know what we need to do?
When did that come out? That might have come out.
Nah, that
No,
did
that's
not.
definitely
That's
the 21st
definitely
century because Fabulous is in it.
Oh, true.
But hold on, I feel like we
Listen.
need our own.
Yeah, we need our own. Yeah, we need our own. But we got to figure out how to do that.
We would
I feel
actually
like
have
we
a
would,
criteria.
yeah, that's
though. Like,
more.
it would have
We
to
would
be-
go back and forth forever on
We
that.
would, but I
Like,
feel like it would be, it wouldn't be biased.
it would hit though. It would hit.
I'll just say the song that's not
Wow, there's no Jamie Foxx on here. Rolling
On
Stone,
here?
what you doing?
in general
What?
that should be is see, this kind of has a lot of rap in it, but
Say it with your chest.
Sugar, Baby Bash. That was another major one.
I mean, if
Top
we're
100.
talking about
I'm
R&B
saying-
slash hip hop,
I'm
then
saying
yeah,
that should be 94.
okay.
What's replacing ordinary people?
Why is Exchange on here
You
by
Got It
Bryson
Bad
Tiller
is
and
not
not
in the
Don't?
top 10?
Confessions is.
Shit, give him 2.
In the top 10?
Well, then if we're gonna do that, then why is Dangerously in Love in there and Beyonce needs 2?
That's
Yeah.
still Dangerously in Love should
think
not be the song.
Ordinary People
Beyonce.
is
I think they're talking about pop. Like this has to be a popular vote.
yeah.
You like it's not based on.
Was
like,
Trey Songz in there?
Oh my goodness.
Was Trey Songz
Neighbors Know My
anywhere?
Name is not on here.
Was Trey Songz anywhere?
I didn't.
I
see him
didn't
anywhere.
even see him. I don't even think I saw him on the
You know what I'm
feature.
saying? Like,
That's what I'm saying. We need our own list because a lot of this, it seems like even Brown Skin by India Irie. Most
There's a
India
lot-
Irie fans are not like that's not her. No, that's not the one. I
There's
love that song.
There's
but
a
no.
lot of ones in here no, we're talking about the top 100 that I feel like could be removed. You know what I'm
Sierra
saying?
Body Party is also in there.
A lot of stuff could be removed.
I would put Promise over Body Party any day.
I would remove 1+1 Beyonce. I would
too because I Care can be in there.
Okay. What would you replace the Dangerously in Love with? What Beyonce song do you think should be top 10?
A Beyonce song.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Dangerously in Love
Irreplaceable.
that's a top 10 song
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
sure.
and I don't even think it's on this list.
because they have Dangerously in Love and then they had
Cater to You.
Cater to You is like that.
There was another Beyonce one on here though. There was 1+1, Cater to You, Love on Top.
Yeah.
Hey, my man Raheem Devon came in at 100.
Yeah, Woman. This is a great song. I think
good
it should have
song.
been higher, but like people like him though. There's not enough of people like him on this list.
I mean, you got Guapale is on here.
Yeah, but
That's
That
closer.
closer?
Closer is-
Ooh, that,
Those
yeah.
that's a must to be on
yeah,
it.
for sure.
Okay, here's a
Closer to my dream.
On the Way. That could be removed.
by
Khalid, Black and Ty?
Black. Yeah, nah.
That could be removed.
But you see what I'm saying? Like the newer songs are all sampled. from
Everybody
big
is
songs
gonna
from back in the
always
day.
think like you could take a newer song out though.
Yeah.
The newer the song, the more. But like,
But no, I think the newer songs are fine. But like the songs that are in here, you notice that they're samples, like
I
Just
see what
Friends
you-
and that one.
But this is okay. I got an original that should be in here that I believe is not. Best part.
It is.
It is.
in here.
Oh,
It
okay.
is.
It is
Yeah.
in there. Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what else I like that's in here? Bad, Jay Holiday. That was a
That's a
big
good one.
song. Like
good one.
for
Where did the
time.
game? You remember that episode of the game where
Yes. If you
You know
don't-
what? You know what's a sleeper pick on here that I'm glad they put on here. I
What?
don't know about the number, but Special Affair of the Internet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yes, because
yeah.
that's
That
an
is a
R&B
proper
classic.
Yeah.
R&B
Ooh.
song.
Boom.
Yeah, they
That
did their
bass
big one.
line,
They did their
it's right in
big
the middle.
one.
50.
I
that's
need them
why.
back in the studio. ASAP.
I really like. They are actually. I heard that they're. I saw on the blogs.
love that.
The internet is working on some new music. So
Amazing.
y'all say
I like
for that.
Sid by herself.
I do too,
Same.
but I love them
But,
together because the
yeah.
instruments. The,
Yeah,
just,
for
ooh, I
sure.
love
Yeah.
the live music feel of them. I was also really happy to see Tweet and Floetry on here because I feel
Yeah.
like that era of R&B doesn't get enough love.
Wait a minute.
All you gotta do is say yes.
Sunshine Anderson's not on here.
Ooh,
No. She's not.
that's a banger.
Yeah. Shout out to Sunshine.
And see,
But-
this is why if we
That's-
make a list, we need to have what the criteria is because we keep saying, "Oh, that's a banger" or "That's an R&B classic." So I want to know what they base their criteria
yeah.
off.
I
Because right
say
now it's starting to look like
criteria,
the biggest
all
song
age demographics at the cookout,
can listen and know the
dancing and
words.
singing.
Okay. So A Stranger in My House by Tamia and Not Into You?
Crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's
Because
insane.
anybody under the age of 25 probably doesn't know that
That's
song.
insane.
Yeah.
Tell me. But yeah, anyway. But yeah,
Nah,
I think
that
this
Sunshine
list
Anderson
is very
track not being
interesting.
on there is
Overall, what do
crazy.
you give the grade? Like, if you had to grade this list,
The top 10 or the whole one?
not the whole list. What do you give Rolling Stone?
You go first, Joe.
I'm gonna say like a B minus.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Not
I'm
bad.
gonna say like a B minus.
Okay.
There's
Yeah.
potential.
Yeah.
Room
I
for
would say
improvement.
80%. Like on the test, this is an 80%. Like they barely got a C. Barely got a B, just over a C.
You could hit play on the Spotify playlist at the cookout.
For sure.
Yes.
Okay.
All of these songs on here, I would
Yeah.
take out as a DJ and make them a crate and play them at like baby showers.
Yeah.
Or like a brunch event or a birthday party where church people are going to be. This is the type of music that you can
Yeah.
play. I'm gonna turn this
Like a
into
bridal
crate,
shower or
actually.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot
just
of love
stuff where there's
songs,
families,
stuff, yeah.
and kids, and all
Yeah.
types of people, not just black folks. Like we're
Yeah.
all gonna know this music.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
What grade you giving them? Be honest.
I'm gonna give him a C plus.
a C
I'll
plus.
give him a
That's
C.
basically
Yeah.
a B minus.
You can round that up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gave him like a
They-
7, 8.5. You know what I'm saying? I'm a nice
they coulda
teacher. I'd
did
round it
better.
up. I'd round it up.
They could have did better, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's good for what it is.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just glad that they didn't troll. Because
Yeah.
a lot of the people be putting them lists out just for the reaction.
A whole bunch of listen, a whole bunch of nothing. But you know what I'm excited about coming up to the Grammys.
The Grammys every year, gotta be excited about the Grammys, man. That's the music.
Yeah, I don't really
The
like
music
to watch
industry's,
the show, but
Really?
yeah, because
You
it
just like
be
the-
too much like in between. Like I like to watch it the day after when I can skip through
Okay.
like what I want to see.
I always have to watch award shows live.
Yeah. Oh, you do.
Yeah, me, I
I like
gotta
to watch
watch it
the
live.
performances live.
In my
but, like,
household,
they
there's
be-
always
I
like,
like to watch them on
Oh.
Twitter.
certain award shows, BET Awards. I'm watching the whole
You know
thing.
what
Like,
sucks,
never know what's
though?
gonna happen.
Yeah.
you know what
Facts.
sucks about living in LA is like
The
they
traffic.
never show it live. Like you have to do all this whole thing. Like if you
I said the traffic.
no, because they
The cost of living.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of things, but they prioritize the East
Gas
Coast
prices.
viewing.
Yeah, so it's not
Because
gonna
if
be
they
live
were
for
to if they were to
us.
show it live when it's happening,
Uh-huh.
it would be too early for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like because
Like
these
these football
shows start
games.
at like 5,
Yeah.
and
Everybody's still at work.
nobody's at. So what they do is they'll start it at 5 and then show it live on the East Coast,
Yeah.
and then our broadcast comes on at 8 here, but it's
already been
not live.
recorded. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I've
realized
already
that
seen
when I
it all
went-
on Twitter.
I went to the Grammys in 2019. My cousin, shout out my cousin Belva. She gave me some tickets, and I went there, and I was just totally taken aback. Like I had no idea what it was going to be like, but
Yeah, what was your experience?
it was. I felt very. I don't want to say that out loud,
Say it with your chest.
but I feel like
Say
I
it with
felt
your
like you know how
chest,
when you
girl.
go into those towns when you're driving through you're driving through America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the middle of nowhere, but you got to get some gas and you're hungry, and you look like me, and you go into a gas station and everybody look at you. That's how I felt at the Grammys. And then when Drake and Cardi B came on stage, the whole crowd made everybody feel like that, like, oh, get these off the stage. Like that's how I felt.
Word.
And it made me like not like it even more. Like, because I already felt the way about the
Interesting.
Grammys because I feel like we never get, the people that are deserving never really get
Right.
appreciated or noticed for what they are. So when I went, I was like, oh, I see what they're talking about now. I still love to watch it because I'm a fan of music.
Let us know how we
But-
can get a media pass. You know what I'm saying?
Shoot,
Yeah,
call
we
my
need to
cousin
get a media
Belva.
pass at the Grammys this year.
But
Yeah,
it was an interesting
Recording Academy.
experience.
We need Jovy doing interviews.
Interesting experience. The performances are dope though, and it's cool to like see the production team behind scenes.
The
because there's
changeover?
commercials. Yeah, they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
everybody be quiet because now we're about to go live. Like the crowd has to, the bottom crowd. They're like, everybody quiet, and they're like 10, 9. The same way we just counted down for this show. They're counting down. Shows commercials over, and they like spin the props out, and
Yeah,
Cardi
yeah.
B's on the piano. It's amazing
fire.
to see.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
Interesting.
Definitely cool.
Interesting.
But I am gonna watch this year because I heard my girl performing.
Uh-oh.
Beyonce.
that?
Word on
I
the
think she's supposed
street.
to do some.
Word on the street
Right, it's a
is
rumor,
she's
right?
supposed
It's
to
not
do.
confirmed?
It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. But word on the street is she's supposed to do the tribute to Tina Turner.
You got that word on the street in.
And did okay.
Jovy want to call segments "Word on the Street" so bad.
Yeah.
So this how we just figured it out.
I bet I get a little word in the street in for every episode of this show. I bet I do
I
that.
bet you did, but
Yeah.
that would be interesting to see.
So
I
y'all
would- I'd be
are
excited.
here for the Beyonce performance?
I'm here for
every
anything
performance,
Beyonce.
but for sure, if Beyonce's going to be there, I'm gonna watch.
When's the last time she performed at an award show? Was it when she was
Ooh.
pregnant?
When
with
she
the
was
twins
pregnant and
did the chair joint?
because that's the only time I've ever
What-
seen
what
Love
award
Drive
show was
live.
that?
Grammys, and
Oh,
she
it was
did the
Grammys.
Love Drive, where she leaned back in the chair.
It
With the
feels like
Two
like
babies.
the
it feels like
gold-
Beyonce is
Yes.
only going to perform at the Grammys because
Where else can she can't go back to BET?
Come on.
Okay, look,
Go,
I love
come back
us.
home. Come
I
back
love
home,
us, but you
Beyonce.
have to. The platform has to be elevated for her to be there, and we just haven't been evolving with the times.
Yeah.
The Grammys have, the Oscars have.
Hey, I'm not.
You know what? Let's
Yeah.
cut.
No. I think. I mean, I feel you. I feel you. But what? Okay, so
That's why she's not coming
here's
back.
this is an interesting conversation. What is the BET Awards lacking that other award shows aren't?
Class.
Y'all had
Just because
Suki.
it's
You saw how
us.
Suki was on the
That
red
would-
carpet.
Yeah,
and
like-
Are y'all
stuff.
talking about
Just-
the BET Awards or the BET Hip Hop Awards? Because those are also two different things.
Both, but the BET Awards.
Okay, just the regular BET
I just think we
Awards.
need, first of all, a bigger budget.
Mhm. You know what? Let's not talk. Look, we don't got shit to do with BET. Let's
I'm
not
not-
talk
okay.
about. Let's not
Okay,
say
I'm
we.
not trying to
right?
shit
Like,
on
let's
BET.
not-
What I'm
let's
trying
not
to say is
we.
I can understand why Beyonce hasn't came back to perform at BET. Like, because the
Retweet.
budget is not big enough and because there's not enough class. I love BET, but there's just certain things that
I
are
don't think
going
they,
on
but I don't
at-
think they. You mean the budget, just like the production budget, like
Just-
they don't because they don't. I don't think artists get paid to perform at these
But
award
she's
shows
not
because
gonna-
it's such a big look. It's like
she's not
performing at
going
the
to
Super Bowl.
perform with just two backup singers and some drapes behind her, though.
Yeah,
It's Beyonce. Like,
Yeah.
you saw what she did at the Grammys with that chair. Like, I don't know. See, this is why it's hard to have live shows and talks when you have a real opinion, because people start to judge you, especially in this internet age. I love BET,
yeah.
but they just don't have the Beyonce
Yeah.
budget. And
Yeah.
that's all I'm saying. Not that they can't afford her or that she's over it, but like, Beyonce is not going to
Just go to
perform
any-
anywhere where she can't give you a Beyonce show. And she can't do that at BET Awards. Now, can she do it at a Grammy show? Yes,
Damn
because they're going to
Skippy.
fund it. You know what I mean?
see.
And that's why she keeps going back to these places.
I see.
So
Yeah.
if she does perform Tina Turner, I expect her to have on a very short, shiny dress. And I
All
hope
the
she's
frills.
been doing some bicep curls.
Yeah,
Because we need them arms to be looking very Angela
get
Bassett.
that right.
How long do y'all think that Beyonce is going to remain an immaculate performer
Forever.
for?
She's going to be
Like,
like,
honestly, do you think that?
For-
Because it looks like, I mean,
Well, you mean
when we
like
went to the
physically?
show, when we went to Renaissance Tour,
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't look like there's any slowing down
I don't
of this
think so.
train. But
I feel
just like
the
any
only way it's
performance,
gonna
like,
slow
there's
down
gonna-
is if she wants it to.
it's gonna like you. I mean, it takes a lot of endurance. It takes a lot of. She's
Yeah,
in her
that's what I'm-
40s.
That's what I'm
you
saying.
know.
I feel like the only way it's going to stop is if she wants it to.
Yeah.
No, I feel it because
Yeah.
Beyonce be doing more than us, and
And
I'm
I feel like
tired.
she could also take a crazy break and then pop up with a residency.
Because that's what Janet Jackson did. We didn't see Janet Jackson for what, a good 10 years, no shows.
I mean, yeah,
And
who,
then
okay,
residency,
let
tour.
me flip the question.
Now
And-
festivals.
Festivals.
Who is the like? Who's the? And I'm talking about like mobility.
Okay.
Name an artist that's up in age that is an excellent performer. I'm not just talking about like vocal range and
Besides Janet?
yeah, I mean that's a good one. But
So I
like
feel
yeah,
like
besides
that's the
besides
only-
her,
Janet is like
That's
would be
I
the
feel like that's the
standard,
last.
because I'm
'Cause I've seen Earth,
I'm
Wind,
wondering
and
like
Fire, they
at
don't
what
give it to you like you used to.
yeah, you know, at
Anita
what
Baker don't do it like she used to. I
At
mean, she
what-
still sings, but mobility.
at what age does the mobility start to dwindle and then
I
that
feel like
changes
it
the
just-
performance?
It depends on what you've been doing all your life.
Mhm.
Like people like Beyonce, I don't think, and like if Michael Jackson would still be alive, I don't think that it would have stopped just because they're 65. Like these are people
Yeah.
who have been training their bodies. Like they got money to put into their body. Like the same way they say LeBron James spends $1 million on his body every year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're spending money on their body and you know
Yeah.
doctors and physical therapists and
We're
all
just-
these routines to keep themselves up because they're dancers.
We're just in
that's part of their-
an interesting time with like technology and like
medicine
and
Right.
therapy and
Right. So
you
I
know
honestly
all this
think they
stuff.
could last longer.
Wow.
I feel like it's all like it's a want thing though, you
Yeah.
know, especially for women. Because like for me, like I don't want to tour forever. Yes, I would love to, but like when I have kids and a family, like I want to be able to see my kids every single day, wake up,
Yeah.
take them to school if they got recitals. So like you don't want to be touring your whole life. Like you don't want to be
Yeah, touring
50
is a
and missing-
grueling thing to
and
be
missing your grandkid. Like tour,
especially,
I love to
especially
tour.
when they're doing
Michael
touring
Jackson.
like
I love
that
to tour.
that touring. That
I'm just here so I don't get fined.
that touring is that's real touring.
Yeah, that's a
what we
different
do
type of
is
tour.
luxury touring,
Yeah.
flying on
Yeah,
planes.
it's still tight.
And
still,
yeah,
you're not-
but it's not. You're not in
They're
a
doing-
bus, and you're
and
not
they're
at,
doing-
you're not away for 3 to 6 months.
Right.
ahead of time.
That's
yeah.
not what we do.
And she's doing more than us
Yeah.
on stage.
Yeah.
Let's get that.
Oh,
down
for
pat.
sure,
So
yeah.
I can only imagine if I feel this way, but I also don't have the money to keep myself up like she does, like all these physical
Not yet,
therapy and
sis. Not yet.
Yeah.
energy.
Hey man,
Abundance
Speak what you
mindset.
want,
You
Abundance
so you see what you seek.
mindset.
you see a park, I see a gym.
Exactly.
Her. Where the Kendrick Lamar getting his.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah. That just threw me off. I don't even know. What we were
All right,
talking
so ultimately that was about Beyonce.
Yeah.
Doing Tina. Like, do you guys think that
Oh,
that's
touring
the
forever.
that's the
the highlight of the Grammys.
no? I mean is Beyonce? Who else could do a tribute to Tina Turner outside of Beyonce?
Fantasia? Jennifer Hudson? I'm trying to think of people that can scream.
Yeah,
But
but they
I'm
don't
talking
have
like
the. I don't.
dancing?
Well, other than maybe Fantasia could do a little something. I don't see Jennifer Hudson or like Jasmine Sullivan like.
I don't see
hitting-
them dancing.
Giving me the motion.
Yeah.
she's gonna put the motion with the vocals.
The motion
Yeah, I
that
feel like that's
causes
the
the
only
commotion.
person. The only person that
Okay.
can do that is Beyonce, because there's no other like singer dancers that are like that have that the dynamics of that voice. Like Sierra is not singing like that. She can dance her ass off,
Period. Sure can.
Sierra, yeah.
but I can't see her doing like a Tina Turner tribute.
Uh-huh.
You know? Yeah, I feel like there's who else could you get besides Beyonce?
Victoria Monet.
Maybe I was about to say maybe Victoria Monet,
Yeah.
but like in 5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's not big
You
enough to
know?
do the
Yeah.
tribute.
I would love this. I love Victoria Monet, and I am
I love
just
her
so
down.
happy that the world has.
She has a lot of
caught
Grammy
on to-
nominations.
Yes,
Love
she
her
does. Her
down.
and her daughter.
Her.
Yeah.
Congrats, girls, to y'all. I hope you win. So you know what? I am going to be tuned in. But even awards like that, like the R&B ones, they never show on TV. So half the time I already know who won anyway. You know, they don't show the R&B awards. But yeah, I'm
Wiggity,
happy that the
wiggity,
world has
whack.
caught on to Victoria Monet and a bunch of new R&B artists, because they be saying R&B is dead, and it's definitely not. It's alive and well.
No, we wouldn't have this show.
This isn't
Exactly.
on our topics list, but we were talking about the whole crossover. How do we feel about the Afrobeats R&B crossover, like Thames and Tyla? And
Is Afrobeats dwindling?
No, hell
Like
no.
dwindling down.
Yeah, like I
Hell
feel
The
like
hype of it on the,
the hype.
radio
okay.
is because there was a point where you could get in your car in LA and all you heard was Afrobeat.
Really?
Like, baby,
Yeah.
calm down. And then Burna Boy, and then Tim's, and then it's like, damn, like they didn't even play nothing in Spanish. No
I
more.
didn't know they was getting down like that.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
a good like 6 months.
I love Afrobeats, but I just wonder. I was actually
I don't think
asking
it's
as like I'm
dwindling
curious.
down, but I think it's not as trendy as it was last summer.
Okay,
But
but now to your question about the
Tyler and Tim's and people crossing
The,
over,
Yeah.
the R&B Afrobeats.
I love it.
Yeah, same.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because I feel
Even
Tyler's
Burna
dope.
Boy using these old
Burna Boy always
samples
uses
and
his
stuff.
samples.
Yeah.
Even though he said on an interview with the
Lo?
what sample was it? He used a sample. I don't remember which song it was, and he said that he didn't even realize it was a sample until
really?
after. Yeah,
I guess
Oh, was
that's
it
the
was it the
Black
Jeremiah
culture.
sample?
I think it was the Jeremiah sample because
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
the Brandy one,
It's
or
the-
it wasn't
birthday
the.
sex
Is
one.
it
It's
birthday
sex, right?
Yeah, he's using the what is that called? Oh man, this is a music question. T.
What?
The loop.
No, so in birthday sex, it's like I could just go like this. Like it's like for those that are
The music
watching.
box.
Is that what it's called?
It's
A
the music box. Yeah.
okay.
Oh,
Yeah, and then
then
it's like
pop-
pop-
Jack in the Box?
Jack in the
Jack in the box.
Yeah.
Is that what that's called?
That's what they are. That's what the Jack
Yeah.
in the Box
Okay.
be, and you twirl the thing, but it's a
Yeah.
music
So,
box.
but that's it's not even an instrument. That's
That's an instrument. Anything that makes noise is an instrument. Look.
is that like that thing? What would you use? I've never heard that instrument in a song outside from that. And y'all
What would
know
you call that? Maybe like a flute.
it's
But
the-
no, you know what that is, though,
Hold on, let me try
Jabari?
to. It's like. All right, that's terrible.
It's probably
It's
some type of synthesizer with a whole bunch of filters and like just different type
You'd be
of
surprised. I
sounds
don't
with
know who produced that
effects,
song.
effects to make it sound different.
I know
'Cause that's what sounds
Timberland actually be like using real stuff. Like he's
Yeah,
like,
they
oh, or Pharrell. They're like, I just dropped something.
A lot of people do because
They'll
after
do
a
it
while you
again in the
can't use the
studio.
stock sounds.
This is completely unrelated, but there's this TikTok. She's steady on my For You page of
Yes.
her making the sound effects for like
Yes.
shows and stuff.
Who?
It's just this lady who
On
she be
TikTok.
What's her
doing all
TikTok
this.
name?
She's like in a studio and she just has a bunch of props and she just
She
makes
makes
the sound effects for
Yeah.
shows.
She's a sound designer.
yeah.
Mm.
There's another girl on there. Have you seen her? She recreates the songs. Like
Can you
hit
shout her out?
songs from-
Shout her out.
I wish I
wish
need
I-
to find her.
I
her
don't
TikTok.
follow her. She just pops up on my For You page. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that too. But there's another one where they like make songs from like household instruments. Like she's making beats with basically
dope.
showing how everything can be an instrument. Like how I just showed you, like instrument. But yeah. Anyway,
Parkour.
So what was the question?
Parkour. I just tossed a random question about Afrobeats.
Afro-
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Link
I
up.
think it's super dope.
I
And I
fucks with
I
it.
think it's gonna happen probably more. It doesn't seem to be
I
slowing
just hope
down.
that it doesn't water down the like the true essence of Afrobeat sound. You know, like I hope that they don't run into the same issues that like R&B is.
oh, they gonna be
basically,
saying
yeah.
Afrobeats is dead.
Tyler-
Yeah.
like
has not dropped an album yet.
no,
I think
but
I
She
think
has like
it's- there's
two,
high-
three songs,
She
three,
keeps
four?
adding songs in this, like,
highly
preview.
anticipated.
Yeah, I'm
I
really
think,
excited about
I think
that.
people. I think
Every
I
song
think she
she
had.
drops,
You know what's crazy is like I
fire.
thought that it's this is how like it's so hard to predict like who's gonna do what, but and you remember when I was like really on this train, but I thought Chloe was gonna be
He did.
the biggest like
Mhm.
I thought Chloe was gonna be like running the R&B game based on like the sort of setup that I feel like she had, right? Like
Yeah.
okay, in a group, leaves the group.
Something
It's
didn't
there was the
translate
sexual
all the
thing
way.
that like it was again back to like she was following in the footsteps of like the ones that were highly sexualized.
Yep.
She could dance, she could sing. I don't know what happened.
I think it was
but like
too
something
quick. It
didn't
was like-
connect.
One day we went to sleep and she was a Disney star. The next day we woke up and she was like Beyonce's protege. And it's like, whoa, like you got to give us like warm us up, like
Yeah.
like.
It
But she wasn't the
a front.
Disney star. Her sister was a Disney star.
Well, neither one of them was a Disney star. Haley
But it
just
was
become,
giving
Whoa,
very
whoa, whoa.
much
yeah,
like
One
neither
became
one
the
of them was
Disney
a
star.
Disney star. And even
Yeah.
when Chloe went solo, we didn't know about the Little Mermaid. They might have
So
known.
after, yeah.
But neither one of them was a Disney star. It's just because they were so young and doing.
You just mean
singing
like
stuff.
Disney-esque.
Yeah, like
yeah,
type
yeah.
of like
Okay.
kid friendly type
Yeah.
of. And they were singing covers, but they were doing songs like Halo. Like they're not about to sing Irreplaceable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're singing- you know what I mean?
So the shift was drastic.
Yeah,
for
it was
people.
very drastic, and people were, we know them from being child stars. Like I think her and her sister were like 6 and 7 when we first started seeing them on Facebook.
Yeah.
So for you to wake up one night and now you post a picture where it's basically only nipples are covered. It's like whoa, like
Yeah,
I'm
jump scare.
looking at you like that's like you seeing your little sister on her 30th birthday shoot. Like I don't need to see that. You know what I mean? Like and it was just too much.
Yeah.
Better put that on your
30th
just
birthday. They always
friends.
wear their ass out on the 30th birthday. I'm probably do that. I'm turning 30 this year. But
No, I'm just kidding.
can't hurt me. But yeah, I think that was the shift was just too immediate.
Yeah.
I think if they would have had some time to like warm us up, like maybe had a few songs that are like, you know, it's
A
not
little risque.
girl next door no more. So you start saying a few little things like how HER did. Like it wasn't just like a, oh, turn the lights off. Now it's like a, oh, I'm taking my clothes off now too. So it's like you got to warm us up and give us a little bit at a time.
I'm not gonna make any more
Not
predictions,
us, them.
but like,
I love it.
Well, you remember how I was talking about what I thought Chloe was gonna become?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Tyler? Do y'all think Tyler is that artist right now? Like who's
I think she has
better
the
yet? Who is
potential.
gonna be that artist in 2024? We're at the top of 24 right now. So like whose year is it? You think?
I feel like obviously Tyler, but she just has to. If the album flops, there's nothing left because there's a wave that she's on right now, and if she doesn't continue to ride it, it's just gonna ride all the way out. And I feel the same with Victoria Monet because Jaguar 1 was shit. Jaguar 2, it was good. You know, but it's like it's the performance. It's her performance, and it's on My Mama that's taking her up here. Because let's be honest, it's not Jaguar 2.
It's not Jaguar 1, you mean?
No, it's not Jaguar 2. Jaguar.
Oh! It's like
the album is not the thing that took her to. Yeah. It's the song off of that album and the video that made people even go listen to the rest of Jaguar 2.
Yes.
So I feel like if she if she rides this wave right now and puts out similar music or music that people can, you know, have
really
something to
connect with.
Yeah, then
see, I'm waiting for.
Off.
I want your take on it too, actually. Yeah.
I don't know who I would put there. I still don't really know how I feel about Tyler, if I'm being honest. I haven't joined the bandwagon for real. Like I got a toe in, but I'm not like.
Oh, you're not strapped in at all.
I'm not strapped in.
Have you
at
listened
all.
to the singles that she's dropped?
I listened to one of them.
Like
okay,
outside
maybe,
of water, you mean?
Outside of water. Yeah, outside
so
of water.
Butterflies, Truth or Dare, and I want to say it's On and On.
I
Truth
think
or
I
Dare,
listened
On and On, I feel like if you listen to those, you would like it because you can hear her R&B influences.
Okay.
Like it's giving me like Janet Jackson and Sierra vibes.
Okay.
Not like it sounds like it, but you can
said
tell
Truth
that.
or Dare and On and On?
Yes,
Okay.
you can tell that she has like heavily R&B.
Yeah, I've listened to I think one of them, I don't even remember the name of them, but I do need to go back and give it a second, third listen. But I don't know, I'm not all the way in. I'm all the way in on Victoria Monet, but I want to see what she does next.
Yeah.
Like coming off of the tour and stuff.
Yeah.
Even the like elements of her like show that she was doing on tour I thought were cute, where she was like, I think it's for the Stop Asking Me for Shit song, and she would like break down in every city she would say something different. I thought that was cute.
Yeah. And the mashups with like hits like Baby Boy and other Janet songs. Yeah.
I'm not mad at it. But I don't know who I would put as like having like a breakout year. And I want to see Coco Jones do something.
Coco Jones.
Because Coco Jones, she's great live. I like that she does that SWV mashup.
Yeah.
ICU. We still sliding down walls. Like, I just want to see what she like does with that next. What about on the men's side? Cause you know I love me some Jordan Ward. I've been wearing that tiny desk out.
There's a few on the men's side.
Oh, I got you on the men's side.
Who you got on the men's side?
I want to hear yours, Jabari.
You got to give us both. Yeah, you did.
Well, for me, let's talk about the ladies first because for a while, for a few years, the ladies have been running R&B.
Ladies always running. Oh, we forgot Alex Isley. But go ahead.
She's not as exciting to me.
I really.
Voice,
this is the essence that I want within the genre that I'm looking for, and that's missing. Is like I want another. Like, and something to do what Jasmine Sullivan's Hotels did 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like I've been missing like a complete project
that was
like that. You know what I mean?
Skits and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, not to say that like, you know, SZA's SOS wasn't a dope project and like
didn't do it for me.
Victoria's wasn't a dope. I'm just saying like Jasmine put out a classic and then just said, here it is, boom.
Yeah.
Like, do what you will with it. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like I'm missing something like that, like a full, and that's on both sides, the men and the women's side.
Yeah, I haven't had like a classic. I haven't heard a new classic R&B album all the way straight through by a man.
I think
Chasing Summer by Sir.
That's not that
But
new,
it's not
though,
new. It's
you
not.
know?
It's not new. But that
That's
one,
like 5 years old.
damn, 5
That's-
years.
That's before the pandemic.
It was before the pandemic.
We're in 2024 now.
That for me on the men's side.
I mean, of course, if we're gonna go that far back, then I got albums.
Yeah,
But, like,
we're not gonna go that far back.
Last 2-3 years, I did like Fabo's album though. So Aquarius.
Soulquarius.
Yeah.
That's a really good album. And I did like Kenyon Dixon's. I like the R&B You Love, but the one that they put out right before that, I love that one. Closer.
Okay.
Closer. Was that the name of it? Or was that just one of the songs?
I think I could talk about what I'm really
Closer.
rocking with right now.
Oh,
I'm listening to Sanfa a lot.
Yeah.
Lahai, I think is the latest album. Yeah, I really
Had
like
to grow on me.
a lot of joints on there. I mean, I'm a huge Sanfa fan, but it's like Sanfa's one of those artists where like I feel like to take it back to what we were talking about earlier, it's like he kind of maybe Sanfa's never gonna get bigger than he is, but like he just did a show here at the Palladium. That's
he can sound
almost
his core
4,000 people.
fans.
Yeah, he's got a core fan base.
Yeah.
I'm a part of that core fan base. You keep giving us, what we need, and we'll support. You know what I mean? We'll buy the tickets. We'll get the merch. We can drop it, and we'll keep playing these records. So I think that Ari Lennox can take a page from like an artist like that's book.
And
you know
like
what I mean?
Vito.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
Vito,
realize
man.
how
Shout out to
often
Vito.
he tours and how many albums he has.
Shout out to Vito, man. I
I'm
love.
like, wow, he really does have like a core fan base that will always support him and
Always.
buy whatever he puts out.
Always. And
I
Vito
also like
always
his,
has like one or two crazy ones on every project
album,
that he puts out. You know what I mean? Like,
that last album is honestly a no skipper for me.
She really likes 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
I did
liked
give
it too.
that entire album a listen. I don't love albums that like are super sexual every song. Like some of them,
But I don't
granted,
think
that
every
one, that
song
one
was
isn't
like
it.
that.
It wasn't.
I remember you said
some
that.
of them are like lovey-dovey on the lovey-dovey
Yeah, I was gonna
side.
say, I didn't
but
really
I
get
don't,
that from
I
him.
don't. I don't
Maybe
like the
I'm lustful.
super lusty.
But it didn't
Lusty.
seem like
Lusty
lust.
is
It seemed
is a
like
funny word.
It seemed like he was talking to one person. Like
Yeah, he did just
listening
get
to that
married
album, like,
too,
it didn't,
but
it didn't
I don't
seem
know.
lustful. It seemed like
I
this
think.
is
I
what
mean,
you do when
he has a
when
song
you
on
got
there called
somebody.
"Love to a Fuck Song,"
Yeah,
and then he has
And
there's
deep.
another song called "Future Sex Sounds."
and deep.
Yeah.
I need more
But
range. and
a lot of the
See,
a lot
maybe
of the
this is
records
thing
are
that,
like
this is the thing that older folks say about R&B. They be like, "Oh, it's way too explicit. It's too in your face." Yeah, but they talking about some "I taste just like candy."
yeah.
What,
I really
what
like the
else
song
tastes
"Floods"
like
on
candy?
here.
Like just because you saying, okay, I can see because now in R&B music they be like, "Eat me, I taste like candy." Back in the day, you're just gonna say, "I taste like candy."
Yes.
But even still, you're insinuating that you're getting ate. You know what I mean? So it's the same exact thing. They're just not saying it. Is that the problem with music? Because my mama be like, "I don't want to eat. It's too
super
explicit."
overt.
But then you playing Juicy Fruit.
Yeah,
You know,
but like yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Or I was listening to
Sonya's mom says
Candy by Cameo.
they don't leave anything to the imagination.
Yeah.
Right? That's the like.
That's a good
Yeah,
one,
I-
Sonya's
it's-
mom.
It's it's a valid.
I was listening to Candy by Cameo, and I want every single person to just read the lyrics. Just read them. No instrument behind it, and you're gonna see how explicit these lyrics are. Like it's the same exact thing.
yeah.
Like
Give another example of like
Between the
songs that-
Sheets.
Oh yeah.
Just because he says we're making love in between the sheets, it's the same thing as saying we're in between the sheets. We're in between the sheets, and that was on the radio. Or like Mary Jane. For the longest, my mom and dad had me walking around the house. I'm about to say, Mary Jane. They don't know. I'm talking about I'm in love with weed.
Yeah.
Like, like I think it's better.
Or like when I was a kid, I was singing oh, the song's on you, requested, you're dancing like you're naked.
You're too close.
Oh, it's almost like Oh yeah.
The very first line of the song says, "I wonder if she can tell I'm hard."
I honestly, I went a really long
Feel a
time
little
without
funk coming through.
I went a really
On
long
you.
That is
time
disgusting.
before putting 2 and 2 together on
Yeah.
that. But I think that's what they're saying.
That was like
I
the
went
number
mad
one
long.
song.
I went
You wanna
mad
know
long without putting that 2 and 2 together.
Here's one
Yeah.
I bet you don't know. What is Poison about by BBD?
Oh, STD. We talked about that though. So yeah.
Ew.
Never trust a big button to smile. He's talking about how this girl went around and gave everybody that he knows that had sex with that girl an STD.
Oh
She's
my
poison.
goodness.
Yeah.
Read the.
But
This is what I'm saying. If you read these lyrics
Man,
without the
They should
instrument
have made it
behind
number
it, like
2. Vaccine.
But see, I think they're saying with the new songs, you don't have to go read the lyrics to like. You
it's just there.
know it's just there.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's- I think-
there is something about like subtlety.
Yeah.
You know, and just
and like Sonia's mom says, leaving it up to
Yeah,
the
just
imagination. Like, oh,
words.
is he talking about a candy shop? Oh, or my body? I'll
Yeah.
take you there. Like, I don't
Peaches
know.
and cream.
I just feel
Ooh.
like the overall point of me saying that
I thought that was about
I don't know.
Baskin Robbins.
Whose man's is this?
I got a peach, and I'm from California. You ain't even got to be from Atlanta to have a peach.
I'm working on my feet, y'all. I'm working on it.
Abundant
But anyway, the moral of the story is R&B is alive and well, and it's not going anywhere. I just think that people have their, their specific wants and what they want to hear out of R&B and what they want to get out of R&B. And for me, I tell those people, you can get it. You just have to go and find it. Just because they're not playing it on the radio, you're not going to hear Genuine and Jodeci. Like, you're not going to hear Ari Lennox and these newer R&B artists the way we used to hear them on the radio, because this is just not how the radio works anymore. It's not popular music. So if you want to hear what you want to hear, it's out there. You just have to,
come on over to R&B Only. We got this
or come
playlist.
over here and get a new playlist that comes out
Called
every single
New.
Friday called New
Everywhere.
New. Speaking of New, what dropped this week?
This week, we had a new project by Destin Conrad,
Submissive
2. Because Submissive was good.
But
Submissive
2?
hit. Submissive 2?
Different. I like it better. It's too short
Damn,
though.
it is too. But I think they're all like 9 tracks or something like that. Like they're not very long.
Number 2 is only 16 minutes, and I just keep rewinding the same thing.
hit
over and over.
rewind on that for sure. But Destin, the last like 3 projects they've put out have really been it.
Like it.
I like that. I like the features that
Yeah, the
he
one
has.
with
That
Alex
Alex
Isley
Isley
is a banger.
hit. Jordan Ward hit.
Yeah.
Ombre hit. He just
Okay, so
doing
then
it right.
does he need features to be? Do they need features to be?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Because I like the second one better, and the second one has mostly features. Now that you just pointed that out to me.
Few features.
The second one only has 2 features: Jordan Ward and Ombre. In my head.
And Alex Isley.
Yeah, that's
okay.
the
Second,
most
we're talking
popular
about
song.
just the second one. Then it's only Alex Isley is the only
okay.
feature.
Oh,
The
okay.
other ones were on his earlier
I see
projects.
what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah.
Okay.
This Submissive 2 only has the Alex Isley feature,
That's-
and then it's all him.
I
that shit
really
crank.
like that.
It's
I like
very
the way
good.
the whole thing flows. I like the skits. I like
Very good.
everything about it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Kali Uchis also dropped a project.
Bro, that's
an
actually
album.
fire. I've never like played one of her albums completely through. Like, I hear songs all the time, but I listen to it in the gym. I don't know what she be saying.
Good. Yeah, it's
Like,
all
I know certain
Spanish.
words. 'Cause I know like necesito. I know como.
She
I know
talking her shit. Let me
sí.
tell you.
And when she started talking in English, I'm like, oh, that's what she talking about.
She
Okay,
talking her
girl.
shit.
But
Yeah,
I do
she getting
really like the
spicy.
album.
Yeah,
And
I
she
like
was pregnant on the album cover, which was cool.
Yeah, I like it. With
I
what's
like
his
the
name?
whole rollout. Don Tolliver? Is that his name?
Yes.
I didn't know
Oh.
that they
They're
were
a
an
couple?
item until
Yeah, that's
really
the baby
recently.
daddy.
Oh,
That's
that's
the
cool.
baby daddy.
Yeah.
That's just my baby daddy.
I didn't know either.
I didn't know until very recently that they were an item.
I had no idea, but I don't really follow that side of pop culture because I really just knew her from the radio. How do you say it? Tilapia? Tilapia?
Oh,
The song that I don't know how to say it because my Spanish is not that great.
and it's not coming to
If
my
you
brain.
wanna, we could bum, bum. That song.
That song
So
is
when
good.
I heard that on the radio and I've been in love with it, but it didn't make me go listen to her album until the last one that
I hear
came
you.
out, and I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a banger.
I think this album and the album she dropped before were the 2 that I've listened to all the way through, and I like this one a lot more.
Yeah, I love
this one has a really nice like flow
I've
start
been playing
to
it
finish.
in the gym, and it's like it's one of those hitters. Like,
It's
makes you get
good.
the weights up for sure.
She even has that like thitty one.
yeah, it's giving like
That
Selena
shit,
vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, BDB bum bum.
I like it a lot.
We
Those
talking
were
about
the
Blast
2.
albums, huh?
Blast also
I
dropped a
didn't- what was-
song.
Another album came out though. It was like a short EP.
Oh, Umi.
Yeah.
Umi, or I don't know if it's Umi or just you and I, but I think it's Umi.
There's no dots, so
There's
I
no
don't think
dots,
it's
right?
abbreviation.
Okay, like JID. Is it JID or
Yeah.
is it JID?
We're gonna talk about something
Okay.
else because we
Anyways.
don't want to mess up nobody's name. Is it JID? We'll figure it out after the show. Anyway, I like
anyways.
that album too. It was very like it was giving me like Malibu vibes.
I could
Like
see
drive
that.
down the coast and
I could see that.
But
It's very
that's-
short.
that's
It's like
about it,
maybe
though.
four songs, a little EP. But Destin Conrad and that Kylie Uchis,
yeah, those are the two right now.
those two. Blast also dropped a song.
Mm-hmm.
Very emotional.
I should show y'all
emotional
right
song.
now that R&B is alive and well. So stop saying it's dead. I don't want to hear that coming out of nobody's mouth.
Or Twitter fingers.
Or Twitter fingers, because that's exactly where y'all get the most excitement.
Or in them
behind the
IG
screens.
comments, because I be
Or
seeing them.
on the phone when you be talking about play 90s. It's not just 90s R&B, y'all. I'm so tired of seeing that. Okay, get on the Google, get on your Spotify, get on Apple. Hell, get on TikTok. It's new R&B on there.
You know they be DMing during the show, like
follow us.
during the show.
Follow us.
Follow
All right,
us.
we put a lot of effort into playlists and music
Literally.
curation and
So
all
My
that
favorite
stuff.
playlist curator,
Yes.
I heard.
R&B only at what is it called on Spotify? R&B only.
Yeah,
the
everything's
playlist.
R&B only.
Everything
R&B.
R&B only.
All right, ladies. Well, how do you think that first episode of the R&B Only show went?
Sensational.
How you feel, Jovy? Sensational. I love cheesecake.
I'm
Only
glad
only
you
a
knew.
few will get that. See, that's what we're
I'm
here with.
glad
I'm,
you
I'm feeling
knew.
good though. I'm feeling
Yeah.
these lights making me hot, but I feel like we look good, so that's all that matters.
Heard.
I'm feeling like an R&B expert.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that we finally got to put a voice to the brand and
Thanks.
finally show people that we actually know what we're talking about when it comes to this R&B stuff, and just keep representing for the culture and the brand and pushing R&B forward, because I'm tired of hearing that R&B is dead.
crazy.
I'm really tired of hearing
Crazy.
that. R&B never went nowhere. Like we said earlier, y'all just don't tired of looking for it. You want it to come to you, like you do your food.
Yep.
Uber Eats, but life don't work that way. But you got to get up and look for what you want.
Mm.
You want some
Mike.
R&B? Go shopping. How you feel, boss man?
Hey, this was great. A lot of good conversation with y'all. Thank you for having me on the first episode.
Thank you.
And we don't have any ads just yet, but
Yeah,
this
we
is the
do.
ad.
We got R&B only.
we got the
live.
R&B Only live tour
Yes.
happening right now. Get your tickets. Tickets are selling very fast.
Very fast.
So go to
Almost out.
rnbonly.com/calendar
Yes, yes.
and come and experience a show and
Or a
experience some
festival,
vibes.
because we
Yeah.
got them festivals coming
music
up.
Where are we going for music festivals?
We will be in Charlotte
NC.
and we will be in Dallas for 2 festivals
Yep.
this year.
All
we also have
surprise
an
guest
arena
music
show
artists.
in Philly. I don't know. We got things popping.
Yeah, we got a lot of
I'm
stuff going on. So
saying.
but yeah, before we start bombarding y'all with ads,
Yeah.
that's the
Alright.
ad.
Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the YouTube channel,
Yep.
Instagram, R&B only.
All that.
Follow me at Tiara the DJ.
At Jovy 11. That's JOVY.
Make sure y'all also download the podcast wherever you get your podcast at on every platform.
That way.
Thank y'all for listening and tuning in and watching wherever you from.
All right, don't follow me. Peace.
Don't follow him.
R&B only.